Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are on earth. Welcome to Cam's Corner. I'm Cam from the Conduits, and I'm so happy to see you. And I hope you're doing well in twin flame land out there. So, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, and one of the practices that I've embodied since my twin flame took off for the very first time, is the practice of non-attachment and acceptance. And I came across a chapter that I thought I would like to share with you guys in this book, Greg Braden, The Wisdom Codes and Ancient Words to Rewire Our Brains and Heal Our Hearts. And I'm going to read you Wisdom Code 10, which indicates you only lose what you cling to. From the DNA in ourselves and the relationships in our lives to the societies we live in, we're part of a living universe that's in constant motion, appearing, disappearing, and creating dynamic change. Buddhism reminds us that our experience of loss comes from our perceptions of life, surroundings, and relationships within the context of that change. It's impossible for anything to truly disappear in the sense that it no longer exists. When we feel that we've lost someone or something, it's less about their disappearance in the world and more about our perception of their disappearance. Our relationships in life are a dance of energy. They are timeless and constant. Sometimes consciously and often not, the partners who dance with us will lead us to achieve our greatest possible destiny or to succumb to the depths of our fate. The key here is that the agreement is based upon synergies that overlap in a moment of time. The expectation that our synergy will continue unchanged throughout time, our attachment to lasting nature of the harmony is why we suffer when it does not. It never fails. Just when you think you've created a perfect balance in your life, when you've checked the virtual boxes on your mental list for the perfect relationship, the perfect job, the perfect home, and the perfect economic plan for your future, something pops up seemingly from nowhere and changes everything. And while you may be surprised, Mother Nature isn't. As we discovered before, what we experience as balance is a temporary state of harmony that occurs in a world of constant flux. There's a powerful distinction between balance and harmony. In a system of perfect balance, nothing can happen. Nothing can move and nothing can change because in perfect balance there is no change. For this reason, balance rarely happens, and when it does, it's fleeting. Nature is dynamic. In nature, the achievement of balance in a system is the trigger that initiates change in that system. For example, it's not a balance of wildlife that maintains an ecosystem. In a forest, there's rarely a perfect balance between predators and prey. There cannot be. The size, location, and resilience of various populations is always changing. Rather, nature strives for harmony in the system. It's the shifting harmony between coyotes and rabbits, for example, or birds and insects that keeps the populations in check, even though their relative size is always changing. The imbalance in the system is what becomes the trigger for change. In a similar way, the balance that you may think you're striving for in life is probably more about harmony. Harmony between family and career, harmony between leisure and work, and harmony between partnerships and friends. And the key to harmony is to make room for change in your life. It's this principle that is the underlying theme of Wisdom Code 10. This code reflects traditional Buddhist thinking. This code provides a new perspective regarding loss and how to heal the suffering from our loss via the 3 marks of existence. In summary, first mark of existence directly states the impermanence of all things and reminds us that all things, all people, and all relationships are temporary. The second mark of existence directly states that our suffering is a result of our attachment to people, relationships, and conditions that are, by their very true nature, temporary. The third mark of existence is implied as a conclusion for the 2 first marks. It's also the source for the power and healing that is possible from Wisdom Code 10. The third mark of existence is known as the doctrine of non-self. It states that the key to healing in our time of loss is to relinquish the aspect of ourselves that's experiencing the suffering, the ego that wants our friendships, relationships, families, and life circumstances to remain in a static existence. We do so by embracing the greater expression of ourselves as the non-self. In this new and expanded identity, we view ourselves as part of, rather than separate from, the world around us. As part of all that we know and experience, it's impossible to really lose anything. By embracing the more mindful versions of ourselves offered in the third mark of existence, we initiate our healing from 2 illusions. 1, we ever really have another person, that we really own a place, a pet, or the land that we live on. 2, our habit of clinging to something or someone as a permanent fixture in our lives. We change what experience of loss means to us. In doing so, we ultimately give new meaning to the suffering that comes from our loss. Just to be absolutely clear, this wisdom code is not an invitation to be indifferent to the losses that we will inevitably experience in our life. It's not intended to discount or in any way deny the hurt that we feel from the loss of a friend, pet, or loved one. It is intended to ease the burden of our losses when they occur. The power of Wisdom Code 10 is that it gives us a reason to think differently about the people, places, and things that leave us. We can't change the leaving. When we find ourselves in loss, we face one of 2 choices. Either we can remain stuck in our feelings of the wrongness, failure, and the tragedy of what we've lost, or we can accept our loss and allow for the healing that's necessary to fill the void. Let's take a moment just to slow down and feel the true essence of who we are. As eternal beings of light and one with everything. So what I've always hit home with various students is that you can reset every day and make anew every day or within the day. So I used to imagine myself having a reset button next to me, a nice shiny red reset button. And I would hit it a lot just during the dark night of the soul or ego death. And accept what is and get really good at being where you are. Appreciating right here, right now. That's all we have is right here, right now. And guess what? You're here with me right now, right here, right now. And I hope that this message even just helps one person. Doesn't matter to me, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to share with you that practicing non-attachment doesn't come overnight. It's something that comes with practice and just watching everything, being the observer and seeing, okay, what's actually going on. Because if you notice, when you think that you're the mind that's been negatively programmed for the most part, it takes you on a different journey, you know. It's sneaky. You know, so let's stop looking in the rear view mirror. And, you know, this is a journey it's a forward motion journey, letting go, getting good at letting go every day. Let go, let go, let go. Realize that nothing is permanent except for you. You are the most constant thing in your life. Yet, you've looked outside of you for sustenance, for you know, to be validated. And it's like, well, do you really need that validation? How has that worked out for you? I can bet your bottom dollar hasn't been that great, right? Because no one should have that much power over you. So bring back that power. Remain present, grateful, and watch your world shift. It did for me. So practice non-attachment, non-judgment, non-resistance, and watch. Love you. Hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Thank you. It's Cam's Corner. Have yourselves a wonderful day.